This tutorial demonstrates ODBC connectivity between the SQL Server Integration Services tool and a DBX database server. For this tutorial, we're going to assume that we already have a database cluster built with a server on it, and in this case, it's the Amazon cluster, and we'll check out. We have a server there. We're going to get up the command prompt for this server, and we're going to add a new target table. We're going to put basically a copy of C table. We're going to transfer some rows using the SSIS to do that. That's going to be our demonstration. So there, we've done that already. And one of the things we want to do is ensure that we have a tunnel open so that our tool can get access. So we need to put in a tunnel to the port, the database port. Our port is 7533. There, that's done. Another thing we need to do is add the 7533 to the inbound security rules on the cluster itself. So we'll need to make sure that that happens. So if we look at the inbound security rules, we can see that for this cluster we've already opened up port 7533 so that you'll have ODBC access from the outside. Another thing you'll need to do before you proceed is to change some of the parameters in the provider descriptors.xml file, and you'll find it under the path SQL Server DTS provider descriptors subdirectory, and you're going to look into this section that starts with column schema attributes. These three parameters, maximum length, numeric precision, scale, need to change from column size and decimal digits to length, precision, and scale as shown here. Then you are ready to set up your new project. And the way you do that is to do File, New Project, and it's under Templates, Business Intelligence, Integration Services, and then you select Integration Services Project. And you can see it's given it a new name. You're going to want to make sure you make note of this path here. In our case, it's already set. And you could change the name if you want, then you press OK. Project is created. Then we select Project SS Import Export Wizard. Select Next. We go with the .network framework for ODBC, and then we have a string that we plug in. You can see this from the document that accompanies this. We'll scroll through it for those who don't have the document. You can see the port 7533, database demo FinMarketDB in this case, UID password, and the password for the user ID. Select somewhere else in the screen, it updates all the parameters. We go to Next, put in the same connection string. So our source and our destination in this case are going to be the exact same database. Select Next. So we're basically just going to copy a few rows from one table to the next, proving that we have a connection. So we're going to write a query to transfer the data. The query is very simple. Select 20 rows from table C. We know it will work in table G because we just created it from table C. Okay. It asks us to select source table and views, and in this particular case we're going to pull down the menu under destination, and instead of putting a query, because we have a query for the source, we're going to choose the new table we just created that has just a single row in it. So now we have our query selecting 20 rows. Our destination is our new table G. Do Next. We get some warnings here. We move on. It confirms that it's going to do a conversion from one table to the next. We're ready and we're finished. Okay, the project is all set up, ready to go. All we do, we come up here and we select Start. Runs for a second or two. It's done. You can check progress and see what kind of comments were. It finished relatively quickly. We then move on to verify that it actually worked. And we can see that the G table has the initial row that we put in plus the 20 we just added to it. So the ODBC connection worked, the general procedure for setting up SSIS project worked, and this is just a good base to get going. That's all.